Welcome to the hottest movie review on the internet today, the A-List Review. I am your host, the Game Changer, Wes Troop, and it's time to go back to the theater. And it's time to check out the life of the King of Rock and Roll. My review of the 2022 musical drama biopic, Elvis, coming up now. The life and music of Elvis Presley is brought to life shown through the complicated relationship with his eccentric manager, Colonel Tom Parker. From his humble childhood in Tupelo, Mississippi, to his humongous rise to stardom, becoming the king of rock and roll and conquering Las Vegas, we get a peek behind the curtain at the star and what Colonel Tom was drumming up behind the curtain. So what did I think of Elvis? I thought it's a spectacular musical drama biopic. It's directed by Baz Luhrmann, best known for directing films such as Romeo and Juliet, Moulin Rouge, and The Great Gatsby. Luhrmann is known for his bombastic spectacles and flashy style, and brings his frantic energy, crazy camera moves, huge sets, loud costumes, and wild montages, which, when you think about it, is a perfect fit for Elvis. Luckily, Baz knows the right times to tone things down when they need to be. One thing that was odd, though, was throwing in modern music into different time periods like the 50s on a number of different occasions. It just took me out of it a bit. As a fan of Elvis's music, but not knowing much about the icon himself, I did learn a lot from the film. I like the spin the film takes by having Parker as the narrator of the film, as we're told his version of the events. Of course, some true, some not so much. But it's an interesting take, and it gives it the feel of not just another biopic. Now, the story does hit the usual beats, although it is, of course, what happened in his career and life. Tom finding Elvis as a young singer out of Memphis and is surprised to see this white guy singing soul music. From there, it's the rise to stardom, arguments with his family, his marriage, the fall, the try at a comeback, and, of course, his spiral into drugs. We also see how the public took to the figure back then, between those who loved him and the ones who didn't get his style to hating him. The film also covers the time periods showing things like segregation and civil rights activism, and a bit of Elvis's friendship with B.B. King. I like the time the movie takes to cover his comeback television special, where Parker and the sponsors want the show to go a different way than Elvis did, and the two parties clash, as well as the time he spends being basically trapped performing for years in Las Vegas when he didn't want to be there, which is sad and made me really feel for him. Of course, the musical performances are fantastic, showing him singing big-time hits from Heartbreak Hotel, Hound Dog, Jailhouse Rock, Blue Suede Shoes, Suspicious Minds, and Can't Help Falling in Love. It also shows the influence Elvis has had on pop culture and still does today. The movie is a little bit long, clocking in at over 2.5 hours, as there is a lot to cover, but it does go by pretty quick. Austin Butler stars as Elvis Presley, the iconic singer and actor that became the king of rock and roll. Butler is phenomenal here, giving us one of the best performances of the year. He really becomes the character, and sometimes you really wonder if it's Elvis or Butler. At the end of the film, they show actual footage of Elvis, and it's amazing how close it looks. Also in the cast, Tom Hanks as Colonel Tom Parker, Elvis's manager who's constantly trying to make shady deals to profit at any cost, Olivia DeJonge as Priscilla Presley, Elvis's wife, and Helen Thompson and Richard Roxburgh as Gladys and Vernon Presley, Elvis's mother and father. Elvis is an amazing, flashy, and stylish project that's extraordinarily entertaining. Number-wise, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, which gives it the A-list rating of A-list approved. That's right, it gets the A-list. Seal of approval. Alright, well that's the show. I'll be back with another review very soon. But until then, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube. youtube.com/westside515. Like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/westtroopaList. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter, the Instagram, and Letterboxd at West A-List. Until next time, Troop out.